Hi, I'm going to begin with a bow, and I want to invite you to join me and remind us that the bow is a way of centering ourselves, of coming into the present moment. We begin by sitting upright and arriving in the moment, then softening into the moment. We bow as a gesture of respect to each other, respect to the space, respect to everything that brought us here together. And then we return upright, ready for the next moment. So, I'm going to bow. Welcome to Unit 13. We're getting close to the end of the course. I think we could actually see the finish line. And as we know, a finish is a beginning. Here in week 13, there are a couple things that I want to highlight. One is your integrative papers. I really appreciate so much the integrative papers. I've read them and posted individual feedback for each of you in the grade book. So we could continue those discussions if there's more to say. Secondly, I did notice in the integrative papers that there wasn't as much critical and creative thinking about the underlying concepts and the underlying assumptions about transitions and rites of passage. So I addressed this in an announcement, and I've opened a thread now in the office. These don't need to be long discussions, although say what you need to say. But if you could just identify some of the topics, either that we've already brought in, that topics about transitions and rites of passage that need more critical and creative thinking, or even better, topics, concepts, hidden assumptions that haven't yet been named in the course. I think that's really important. So you'll see a thread, you'll see an announcement and also a thread in the office. Now this week, I want to bring in the last of the broad topics for the course, the last of the semester, and that is the changeless, the unchanging. We've focused all semester on what changes, the forms that change, and the process that forms go through as they change, as we change from one phase of life to another, from one role to another, one identity to another. Now, I want us to turn this around and look at it from the other side. So, if all this is changing, what is not changing? So, this, of course, there's so much to say about this, but at least I wanted to bring it in for this unit, and I look forward to your discussions about this week. Next week, you present your proposals for a program that will bring transitions and rites of passage, some practices and support around transitions, rites of passage, out into the world. So I look forward to your proposals. If you have any questions about them, definitely bring those into the office. I want to also give some examples next week of some programs that I'm aware of that I feel are creative and powerful related to transitions and rites of passage. But the main thing is to see what you've come up with. How would you put into practice for others? How would you share and express what you've been learning this semester? That'll be the topic for next week. And then our final week, week 15, is foreclosure. Now, for now this week, any more about your integrative papers, some good critical and creative thinking about transitions and rites of passage, and a focus on the changeless. Glad you're here. I'm going to bow again. Bye for now. I'll see you online.